click F4 and click on the other one and F4. By doing this, we are making this Monday constant for this whole column. So I'm going to go ahead, click this and drag it down. As I drag it down, as you can see, there's only one time a person can have breakfast, I guess, so there's one instance. And there's about 2 hours of classes. This particular student, in this case, I have attended 2 classes on Monday, excuse me. And for dinner, I have 1. Getting ready about 1. I spent about 2.5 hours on homework and about an hour traveling. Spent about 1.5 hours on TV. So I probably missed a little bit of probably social is not included, so you can go ahead and include social. And as you can see right away, I only have 1 social on that day, so it just gave me that. So go ahead, try this on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. The function again is, if you click equal sign, that means in Excel you're telling you're using a function. COUNTIF, COUNTIF. And then once again, go ahead, select from the very last to the very top. And then go ahead, close the bracket, put a comma by giving that particular argument, and then once again we're going to select sleep first and then close that bracket and hit enter. And this time we're going to make this constant by clicking F4 key on your keyboard. Go ahead, hit F4. It'll put a $sign, that means it's making an absolute reference. And as you can see, I have no socials on this particular day. So make sure you include all the events or activities you have done. I believe I haven't added all of them. I'm just showing this as an example. So in this case, once you have all of them done, so I'm going to go ahead put the function, and then I'm going to go ahead quickly do this, and then as you can see, I'm just using a very basic function. If you are not comfortable using the function, you can manually give the numbers to. Go ahead, type in sleep and then calculate the number of hours you slept and put them here. In this case, these are in half-an-hour periods, so I'm going to divide it by 2. Once I'm finalizing the whole all of this, I'll divide it by 2. So I'm going to do the last 2. Once again, if you have any trouble while working with this exercise, you are more than welcome to walk into our facility, Technology Learning and Media Center, and we'll be more than glad to help you at any point. If you're stuck with some of these formulas, or if you're unable to get the proper chart, we can definitely help you with that. And then I'm going to work on the Friday, and then B52. Enter, and the last 2. In Excel, everything is referencing, so as you can see, I'm just changing based on the references. So I have 9 hours of social on Saturday, and as you can see, I'm just changing to the appropriate one. You can just go with the what we did before. In this case, I'm just using, as I have worked with Excel a lot, I'm just using the referencing by typing. So as you can see, the total number of hours you slept, and all of them are categorized, as you can see right here. So in order to make a pie chart, you need to summarize. Right now it's in everyday format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them all up by using a second function called sum. Sum actually will add up all the values that you specify. In this case, I want to sum from here to here. So I'm going to click that and close the bracket and enter. And I can click and drag using the small, at the very corner of the cell you can see the plus sign, click and drag to add the rest of them. So as you can see now, I have sum and then sum in hours. So all these calculations are based off half an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and divide this by 2 to get in hours. So I'm going to apply that by 2 by clicking at the bottom. So as you can see, I have 79 hours of sleep throughout the week and 2.5 hours of breakfast and 10 hours of class and 3.5 hours of dinner, so on and so on. So as you can see, I have all the required ones. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this next sheet by clicking sheet. And I'm going to rename by right-click rename, and I'm going to call this chart. And I'm going to go back to my first sheet and rename it to data. So that way I know which sheet has what. In this case, my first sheet has data, and my second sheet I'm going to have my chart showing up. And also I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to select all this, and I'm going to go here and select copy or Control C. And then go ahead, click at the A2 cell, right click and paste, or you can even use this icon here to paste. And I'm going to copy these. One thing you have to make sure is in Excel there's an absolute and there's two types of references. So in this case, these values are based off a formula. So make sure when you copy something that has a formula in there, you make sure that you copy and you paste special by clicking here and telling it to put values. Otherwise, you may end up wrong values, like in this case. I'm just going to paste and I'll get all zeros. That's because it's just going to put the formula in there, and then you may end up having the wrong values. So go ahead, make sure you right click and paste special and then paste values as we did before. Okay, in this case we have, okay, I may have to move this up for one cell. Okay. Okay, now I have total hours spent and the activities that were done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the activity and the hours spent, and I'm going to go to Insert tab, and then I'm going to select pie chart. And you can pick any, it's a 2D, it'll just be like a top view, or if you want to try it 3D, you can try that, and then you'll have 3D view. As you can see, each slice here represents one of the activities that were done during the week, and you can actually show labels. In this case, it's doing the number of hours, but if you want to format the data label instead of the value, you can always say category name. That will actually show which one is what. So you can see class, breakfast, and homework, so on and so on. So this is just a graphical representation of the things you have done. As the graphics actually portray more information, as you can see, most of the chunk is gone for sleep-in. So, and the next big chunk is for homework. And if you look at homework, it's 16 hours. So this is just a graphical representation, and you can actually change the title here. Or something like that. So as you can see, this is just a simple pie chart we just created in Excel. And let's say if you're not happy with this, or if you're required to do some other chart, you do the same thing. You select the data, go to Insert, and then you can pick a column chart, and that will actually show you column of how many. This is a column representation. Before we had pie chart, like a pie section. Now it's a column chart. And go ahead, try some other ones too. If you would like, we could try like the bar graph on the side. This is also good representation. So with that, I'm going to conclude the class or the tutorial. And if you have any questions, feel free to stop at our Technology Learning and Media Center. We're open 7 days a week. And thank you.